Imagine you're at a five-star restaurant. The waiter brings you a plate of the finest steak in the world. But there's a problem. The steak isn't attached to the cow anymore. Because it's on a plate, your brain literally doesn't recognize it as food. You sit there, you stare at it, and then you starve to death. This sounds stupid, right? But for the koala, this is an average Tuesday. They are the only animal on Earth that can starve to death in a room full of food just because it's not on a branch. They look like cuddly teddy bears, but in reality, they are a biological mistake. Today, we're looking at why being a koala is actually a living nightmare. Australia is a continent that actively tries to kill everything on it. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of the koala made a desperate gamble. They looked at the eucalyptus tree. Most animals stay away from eucalyptus. Why? Because it's literally toxic. It's filled with phenolic compounds and cyanide-like poisons. It's low in calories, high in fiber, and tastes like a pharmacy. But the koala saw an opportunity. If I eat the poison that no one else wants, I'll never have to fight for food. It was a genius move, until it wasn't. To survive on a diet of literal poison, the koala had to change its entire biology. While kangaroos were evolving powerful legs to outrun predators, and wombats were evolving armored backs to survive attacks, the koala was putting all its skill points into its liver. They grew an incredibly long organ called a cacum, 2 meters long, just to ferment those toxic leaves. But evolution is a trade-off. Nature doesn't give you anything for free. To afford that massive poison-neutralizing gut, the koala had to give up something else. They gave up their brain. Here is the dark truth. The koala has one of the lowest brain-to-body mass ratios of any mammal. You're an idiot. But it gets worse. Most brains have folds called gyri, which increase surface area for thinking. A koala's brain? It's as smooth as a chicken breast. Their brain is so small it doesn't even fill their entire skull. It's surrounded by a massive amount of fluid, acting like a built-in helmet. Why? Because their diet is so low in energy that their body can't afford to run a complex computer in their head. If you think being a smooth-brained leaf eater is bad, let's talk about how you start life. Baby koalas are born without the bacteria needed to digest eucalyptus poison. To get those bacteria, the mother produces a special substance called a pap. It's not milk. It's basically specialized liquefied waste from her own gut. The baby has to eat this for weeks just to prepare its stomach for the poison it will eat for the rest of its life. And then there's the chlamydia epidemic. In some populations, 90% of koalas are infected. It causes blindness, infertility, and a condition called dirty tail, which is as painful as it sounds. They are literally a species in a constant state of biological collapse. They sleep 22 hours a day because they are perpetually starving. They aren't relaxed. They are in a low-power mode, just trying not to die from their own dinner. Pretty sad life, actually. We like to think of evolution as an upward climb toward perfection. We think of lions, eagles, and humans as the winners. But the koala reminds us of a different truth. Nature doesn't care if you're smart. It doesn't care if you're fast. It doesn't even care if you spend your entire life eating poison and sleeping in a tree. Evolution only cares about one thing. Did you survive long enough to make another one? The koala is a biological mess. It's a smooth-brained, poison-eating, sleeping disaster. Sorry, koala, but it's been here for 25 million years, so give it some props. The next time you're observing these cuddly animals at the zoo, you might want to not wish you lived their lives.